Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, my viewers. My name is Reverend Ola, and I am super excited to be on to you from the Validate Network show. This is a platform where we bring women of substance, women of like mind, like passion, to share their personal story. Not just their personal story, their success story. It's also a platform where women can come and come and use their voices and own their personal story. So everyone, I have the honor to introduce my guest for today, Dr. Isoken Ibie. Let me just cut it short in righteousness there. Your name. I'm going to cut it short in righteousness. Please pardon me.
No, that's
You are
okay.
welcome.
That's okay.
You are welcome, ma'am. Good to have you.
Thank you so much.
Good to have you. Good to have you. Ambassador Dr. Isoken Ibie, my guest for today, is a United Nations Global Peace Ambassador, award-winning filmmaker, a certified mental health and addiction therapist. She's a community leader. She's the CEO of ISK Consulting and ISK Productions. She's the founder of the Nigerian Canadian Resettlement Centre, Women Supporting Women in Politics, Network and Leading Youth Connect. You can see that, viewers, we can see that our guest for today, she's loaded. She's with a background in theater arts and certification in counseling, mediation and diplomacy. Dr. Isoken empowers individuals through advocacy, coaching, and impactful storytelling. Acclaimed films including Complicated Lies and When Love Hurts explore themes of trauma and healing. She serves on various boards in Canada and in Nigeria and has received numerous international honors, including the President's Volunteer Service Award, USA, Best African Female Filmmaker, Canada, and the 50 Edo Influential Women Award, Nigeria. As a peace ambassador, she champions youth mentorship, immigrant support, family wellness, and women's political participation through global diplomacy and creative expression. So once again, Ambassador Isoken, you are welcome. We welcome you to the Validate Network show. Good to have you.
Good
to have you. My viewers, Ambassador Isoken, she's a woman of like passion. I remember the first time we met, we got talking, and when she started, downloading, I said, okay, this is it. This woman, she's a woman of like passion. She's loaded. She knows what she's doing. She's somebody that other women can listen to and they can glean from her wealth of experience and knowledge. So, and that's why we have our guest here today. So, Ambassador, I'm going to start by asking you, please, even though I've just told my viewers so much about you, but we want to hear from the horse's mouth. We want you to just tell us briefly about yourself. Just, briefly.
Thank you so much, and I'm so honored to be here. I don't take this opportunity for me to come here and talk to your audience, talk to your network. I don't take it for granted. It's a privilege to me. Every platform where I have the opportunity to go and speak to people, it's always a privilege and not a right. So thank you so much, Reverend, for the amazing work that you're doing out here. And like we were saying before we started, there's so much that needs to be done. You have said so much about me already that I'm almost like, what else do I have to say to the audience? But as a woman that wears so many hats, do so many things, I know that it's never too much. Even though people will read your bio, there's still more that you want to share with people? For today, I'm here talking to your audience and realizing that as a woman, even starting from being a girl child, I'm privileged to have parents that have played very pivoting role in my life. Born into a family of 6, we're all girls, so no male brother. The only male figure in the house that we knew and still know to today is my father. And I will tell you, he's, as a Christian, I know we don't believe in reincarnation, but if there was anything like that, I bet you I want to have the same father, the same parents that have been married for over 50 years.
Oh, wow.
And still married till date. A man who have had opportunity to be in high places. The chief from my city, in Benin City, high chief at that, have had political positions, have been there, done it, seen it. But yet one thing he gave us was security. He gave us security. He showed our mother so much respect. So he actually showed us what it means to value yourself, have self-worth, and know what to expect from a man. Because he was the first man in our lives. My father was the first man in my life. And I will tell you, the example that he gave, have shown us, and still showing the grandchildren, is really amazing. So I'm a woman that have come from a place of knowing myself, having self-worth, knowing that when I go out, I am a representation and representative of my family, and not just myself. So knowing myself, what was a big thing for me. I have been, I've done so many things in the community, supporting women. I am one woman who strongly believes in women supporting women, not just for the slogan, not just for the word, but really going out there. I don't need to know you before I celebrate what you're doing. I have celebrated women that I don't know from anywhere. They're not my friends. I don't know them. But because I see what they do and I appreciate what they do, I bring them to my platform and just celebrate them on my platform. Chances are they might never even see the celebration that I did for them. But it's not about them knowing or seeing it. It's about me saying, people, other women, come here. Let's celebrate a sister, a mother, and a friend that is doing something out there. So I strongly believe in celebrating women and being there for women. So because people practically said everything about me, and I wouldn't want us to make this.
That's amazing. That's amazing, Doctor. I've been able to pick few things from what you have said. You are from a family of all female children, which is amazing, and that your dad has, you spoke about your daddy, giving your mom security. And between you and I, we know that what women are looking for is security.
Security, yes.
In marriage, in relationship, women are not looking for so much. Men are not looking for so much.
Unfortunately, a lot of men don't know that.
They don't know that security, just to be, to be able to beat your chest and say, I'm secured with my husband. I'm covered with my husband. I'm covered. It's not even about the material. I'm not talking about money now, but the fact that this person, you are secure with this person.
Yes.
There's no fear with this person. It goes a long way. You also said something about your dad showing you, kind of modeling to you, mirroring what you should expect.
Yeah.
The kind of man how to pick your man, how to pick right, and not just yourself, to all of you. And you said something that if it is possible to choose the same dad again, you're still going to choose your dad.
Oh yeah.
And that's that kind of touches me, in the sense that how many young girls out there, how many women out there can actually see what you have just said?
Yeah.
How many? That goes to show that, people, parents, father, mother, we've got to mirror well to our children, because our life, our life is the mirror with which our children view the world.
We are the first mirror they see.
Yeah, we are their first teacher. We are their, I was in a conference one time a few weeks ago, and I was saying to them, I said, when God gives us our children, when our children, when they come like that,
plain, blank sheet, yes.
So that's why the Bible says, teach your children in the way that they should go, so that when they grow up, they won't depart. Children don't know where to go. So I'm so glad that you can come here and tell us that your dad, has shown you where to go. Your dad taught you. He taught you well, not just yourself, but together with your sisters. That's amazing. That's amazing. Now,
what I learned from that was that I learned that parenting is not an easy job.
It's not.
It is what you put in that you get. It is what you, and then another major thing that I would also like your audience to take away, especially from this interview, would be, we hear this word, the power of the tongue, and people play with that thing. I can tell you categorically that from my father's life, my father is over 85 now, and everything that he said about himself, every word that he uttered out of his mouth about what his old age was going to look like, it was manifesting. Period. Every little thing he said, while his friends were busy, talking about their wealth, their this, I have this money, my children, if I pass on today, I've put in this amount of money somewhere that my children can use to bury me. There's one of his colleagues that even said, I know how my burial is going to look like. It's going to be a lot of fights, because he knew. He knew. He knew what he had.
He knew what was on the ground.
On the ground. So I know what's going to happen. I have tried to make arrangements, and that's exactly what happened. When he passed, over 6 months, he was not buried because there was so much fight. But in my father's case, you will hear my father say, "I know how I'm going to be buried. I'm going to be buried well if I pass on today." Because why? He can say that because he knows the seed that he has sown. Not just because of money, not just because of material things like you said, but because he knows the legacy that he has left. He knows what he has deposited in his children, and that's what he's going to get in return. He's a it takes a man that knows that they have put in the work. Oh yes, of course.
To be able to, to say that, be able to beat his chest and say, what? It takes a man that knows, I've put in the work. I've done my homework. I've put in the work.
Yes,
that's amazing. Yes. That's amazing. Let's move to the second question. Yes. Kindly share your Canadian success story, focusing on your relocation experience and overcoming challenges of settling in a new country with your new family and establishing a new career. I know that we are immigrants, right? And
the truth about mine's a little bit different because I came here single, so I started my family here, but was it easy? No. Did I know exactly what I wanted? Yes, I knew exactly what I wanted. So when the young girls like me, when they came and they were doing all the things, I was focused on what I wanted, how I wanted to be perceived by, young men, where I go to. I was very conscious of that. Did I have people who could have been able to derail me from my, of course. Did I have people who came through money at me and all that? Yes. But was I smart enough to say this is not what I want for myself? Yes. So even when I mentor young people, like international students and all that, that's the first thing I always tell them. Be focused, know exactly what you want. Don't abuse yourself. Don't put yourself out there in a way that it becomes an hindrance for you to meet the kind of man that you want. You understand? And then when I had to go through all the process that other people go through as a new immigrant here, and because my first background, my background was in theater arts, because that's what I studied in school, and I really wanted to go into that space. But did I have a lot of discouraging, response from people? Yes. People made me believe that, oh, no, you can't go into that space. Nobody was going to give you an opportunity. You're coming, you have an accent. People that were born here are already having difficulties getting into that space and all whatnot. And what did I do? I went into a different, going into, the medical line was not my thing. I knew that from day one, that's not my thing. I don't want to go into that space. I went into accounting a little bit, and then I just knew that something was still missing in me. So I didn't feel fulfilled. Went into government, doing my thing there, but I knew that I needed to still come into the creative space. And is it an easy space? No. But another thing for me was, if I don't get an opportunity to get into this space, I will create my own. So, and that was exactly what I did. I created my path. I didn't just come to the table to ask people, oh, can I have a seat at the table? I came to that meeting, to the table with my own seat.
Wow.
So I came to the table with my own seat. And today I am really excited to say that, yes, I do my day job, which is, working with the government, but I still have my production company where I produce my film, I work with other talents, and I'm in a very happy space. And then I do my advocacy, I do my diplomacy, I do my mediation, I do my coaching. It just gives me the liberty to do everything that I really wanted, to do.
Thank you.
Other than easy journey, no, it wasn't, but we are here today, and we thank God for that.
Thank you so very much, Ambassador. I'm going to respond to, all what you have said. You said that, like an advice for the upcoming ones, know what you want. Be focused. Be smart. Don't abuse yourself. And you said something that, that's very amazing. You said, if opportunity don't present itself, create your own. Create your own. Yeah. For our young viewers listening, if you are in a place and you see, you discover there's no opportunity for you, look inward. Begin to ask yourself, what can I do? Create your own. The world is a free world. We live in a free world. Yeah. There's a saying that if life gives you a lemon, make lemonade out of it.
People are even saying not just making lemonade.
No, not just lemonade.
Make a factory out of it.
Okay, out of it. Then you said something else that that's very impactful here. You said you came to the table with your own seat. That's amazing. That's an amazing one. Yeah. You came prepared. In other words,
because a lot of people will go to the table and then looking for seats, somebody to give them a seat.
Yeah.
I don't go anywhere with that mindset. I come with my own seat, so that when you say, "Oh, there's no more seats around," can you just I have my seat, and I can be at
That's a good place to be. That's a good place to be. Yeah. That's a good. And in that regard, your expectation, you are able to, you have your expectation, at your own. You are not expecting too much.
No, I don't go anywhere expecting too much. I just go in there with an open mind and begin to look at areas where opportunity presents itself, and then I plug myself in.
That's a good space to be. That's a good space to be. Thank you so very much, Ambassador. Now, another question I'm going to ask you. This is just a chat. I don't even know why I'm using the word question. This is just it's just
a chat. We're just having fun and just sharing our various experiences.
In a relaxed,
for other people to learn.
Yeah. So, can you please tell us your perspective on gender-based violence in Canada, particularly in comparison to a place like Nigeria, the Nigerian society, and what strategy do you think could effectively eradicate this issue? Because it is becoming, like we said earlier on, it's become a pandemic here in Canada and even in Nigeria, and I believe in other parts of the world as well.
When it comes to gender-based violence, it has no particular face. It has no, this is white face.
Okay.
This is white face, this is black face. Or this is an Indian thing, it's a Nigerian thing, it's a Caribbean thing, it's a Asian thing. No. When it comes to DV, domestic violence, gender-based violence, it can happen in any society. And it goes both ways. Because when we talk about gender-based, sometimes people, always want to make it, it's a man versus woman. No. It can be man versus woman versus man. We have seen situations where men are also being abused in their relationship, just as women, can be abused in their relationship as well. The only difference is that women speak out more, men don't. Because of their ego, because of what people will say. But today we want to stay within the
women.
Yeah, within the space of women. How and why is it more common with women? Even the Bible have said it. We are the weaker vessel. And so many things play against women. It can be, we don't have that financial power. Sometimes people think because we live in this part of the world that domestic violence is very common, or gender-based violence is very common with black people. No, even with the Caucasians. That's why when I opened my statement, I said it has no specific face, it has no specific color. It happens in every society. And financial incapacitation can be part of or what can support gender-based violence, or let's just stick with domestic violence. When a woman cannot, she can be in a domestic violence and she looks at around, I'm here for my children. If I leave, what will happen? I don't have enough financial strength to be able to stand on my own. Then culture can be another weapon. Even religion is another weapon. We have seen situations where even our own brothers, sisters, pastors, prophetess, just name it, within the faith, that still find themselves entrapped in domestic violence. We have a situation now that is happening in Nigeria, where a lady was killed. Had domestic. Now they're tying it to domestic violence because of all the red flags that were there, that others could see. And most times when people are in it, they don't even see it. But when you compare Nigeria, because we're Nigeria, we're taking Nigeria, not specifically that Nigeria is the only, in Africa, and then compare it to Canada. Canada, when you report a case of gender-based violence or domestic violence, as we may say, the authorities will look into it. People are punished for their bad behavior. Unlike Nigeria, where you see power tussle will come in. This person is from an influential family. The person is well connected. Oh, the person's parents, family name, all those things come to play. That even the woman, if she wants to report, she's on that. Okay, if I do go report, the police are not going to do anything about this. The family name is going to come to play. Unlike Canada, those things don't come to play. You are being treated equally. You come in here, as long as they find the person involved wrong, you will face the law. Those people even, or should I say, do more people report cases of domestic violence here? I will use our community, for example. Our community, most times a lot of women don't, until it really gets to that point where it's unrepairable. The women now get to the point and say, you know what, I'm done, I'm tired. And that is why we are seeing the huge rise in divorce.
Ma'am, this will bring me, lead to my next question, because I don't want us to, overflog that. It will bring me to the next question. What are your thoughts on leadership within the African diaspora church community? Because this issue of abuse, there's no way in our community, in the African community, the Nigerian community, there's no way we will look at this issue without looking into the church. You said something that most women don't speak out until it is too late.
Yes.
They forget that there are consequences for certain actions here.
Yes.
And because of the church, because of some might be, maybe workers in the church, might even be ministers of God, and they are going through abuse.
Yes.
And you said something that the abuse we are talking about is not just about women being abused again. Men also cry.
Yes.
Of course. The men also cry as well. So what are your thoughts on leadership within the African diaspora community, in relation to stuff like issues like this?
Thank you so much for bringing that question. If you ask me, I will say the role of the leadership in the church, for example, because hardly can you find a family that is not plugged into a church system, a body of Christ. There's a particular church that everybody goes to, and when you see abuse going on, the first thing you hear the leadership saying, divorce is not acceptable. Okay, divorce is not acceptable. What is the next option? Fortunately for us, we live in a society where we have all the tools. If it's anger, you can go for anger management. If it's whatever, if it's trauma, seek a therapist. Whatever it is. Unlike back home where people don't have access to this. Sometimes not because these resources are not there. Sometimes they can't even afford it. So that can even be one of the hindrance for them.
And sometimes they are not even aware.
They are not even aware, exactly. But you see, the thing is, sometimes you even look at the leadership and you ask yourself, a minister who is also an abuser, how do you take your own issue to such a minister and get fair judgment to say, okay, brother James, for example, this is what I see it's going on. I think you need help here. It is not everything that we can. I'm a strong believer of, presenting cases to God. But there are some things that, as we are asking God for support, Father Lord, you created this man, you created this woman before they became my husband or my wife. You are their father first. You are their manufacturer. You are seeking the face of God. Why, in that process of seeking the face of God, this person can also seek physical help, from therapists to management classes to all kinds of available classes that are out there. But what I've seen is that,
do you think the church is doing enough? Is there enough awareness in the church?
No, the church,
for people to,
you know why? Because the church does not even talk about that enough. So enough of these ministers bringing this up in the pulpit to say this is against God's plan for marriage. This is not what God has designed for marriage. But we're having conferences where, and sometimes a lot of the ministers are not trained ministers, because it's not just about using the Bible to back it up. Professionally, are you trained? As a counselor, as a coach, as a therapist, to be able to say, you know what, because of my training as a therapist, sitting down and having this conversation with these people, I'm going to put them in prayer, but they also need to seek professional help. So there are no such bodies. There are no such space in the church where, even for me, I would say, can the church just have a session?
Yes, place
of office. Yes. Now we have this. We have this number of therapists that can help within the church. Can we have this number of marriage counselors, professional ones within the church that can help? Can we have psychologists within the church? Can we have, trauma, what are they called? Trauma trained professionals that can say, okay, this person, based on this conversation, this person is having childhood trauma, because they are professionals, they can diagnose them. It is not the place of the minister to start giving diagnosis when he or she is not properly trained. But just hearing the story and say, okay, you know what, I'm not a professional in this. I would think that you guys go through counseling with.
I will refer you.
And when as the counselor hears some of these things and they're picking, I'm hearing trauma here, I'm seeing this. Okay, I think the next step will go see a therapist. Can help. Because in our community, the moment we hear therapist, only thing that comes to mind is this person is having a mental problem. This person have a mental issue.
And what do you think about the situation whereby our people, they don't want to get their stuff out there. They feel, for you to, how can I go? The men folks may go for the counseling. I don't have a problem. I don't have an issue. I'm also a family marriage counselor, so I've had is this the woman? I don't have any problem. I can sort myself out. I can sort myself out.
Unfortunately,
we'll pray about it.
Yeah.
You know, we pray about it. I was in a group few days ago, widows and widowers kind of group. So I was ministering to them, and I said to them, I said, somebody asked a question about, you know, praying about a particular issue. I said to them, I said, fine, it is good to pray, but I said sometimes prayer alone will not do it.
Yes.
Your pastor, I'm a pastor. I'm a pastor. I'm an ordained pastor. I pastor a church. But some of the if I wasn't trained, if I was not equipped to help you, I will tell you, go to the right person. I will refer you. So your pastor is not trained to counsel you. If they are not trained professionally as a family and marriage counselor, or a therapist, a relationship counselor, or anger management, they can't help you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Go and spend your money. They can't help you. They can't help you.
Unfortunately, our community really do not believe in seeking help. Instead, the first place our community want to run to is the church. And unfortunately, if the pastor is not equipped,
pastor is struggling as well.
Exactly. The pastor himself is struggling. He doesn't even know who to run to get help.
And for all you care, the pastor themselves might be an abuser, might be abusing their spouse.
I said that from the beginning. So when you bring an issue, that's why
an abuser, then what do you get?
They tell you, oh, go home and obey and just listen. Listening to the man. And then we always use the scripture in the Bible, go and submissive to the man. But what did the Bible say about? God said, okay, yeah, you woman, you'll be submissive. But he said, you as the man,
love your wife.
Love your wife. If God did not know that love is a big issue for woman, he won't use that word love, because he knows that with love you can get anything from a woman. A woman will do anything for love. That's why when a woman is in love, nobody can talk her out of it. She'll do anything. So God knows the role that love plays, that love will play in marriage. That yes, love is, and not just love. Now we are realizing that even the women are asking for more. Yes, I know you love me. And then you will see some men will come out and say, I love my wife very much, but I also love this other woman. How can you love two people?
How can you love two people?
So that tells you that even sometimes the men are confused with what they call love, because this woman is what I tell people all the time. I said, as a married man, it can be very easy for you to go to girlfriend's place. Girlfriend is not your wife. What you and your wife have is different from what you have with that other side chick, because the side chick misses you so much. You are spending more time with your family. So the few time that you have with this woman, she will be of her best
quality time to be
her best behavior. You come into the place, before you come, the house is clean, she's preparing food, she's doing this, she's wearing all the nicest lingeries just to do all these things. But the woman, I know that now we are telling the woman, you have to do more. Apart from being married, apart from asking for love, you have to do more to always look appealing, presenting, look lovely to your husbands. But if we do have respect, because now I tell people, if you're a man that have respect, integrity for yourself and your body, you won't even want to go walk out of your marriage to do anything that is outside God's will for your marriage.
Thank you so very much, Ambassador, for that. My takeaway from what you just said is talking about submission. We talk so much about leadership, the style and all of that, but between man and woman now, love and submission. The Bible says, husband, love your wife. Wife, submit to your own husband. I may not submit to your husband. You don't have to submit to my husband. Submit to your own husband. But then, the men folks now, they forget that this submission we are talking about is a two-way thing. Yes. You submit to me, I submit to you.
And your way of submission, your way of submission as a man does not necessarily mean my own way of submission.
I say it doesn't mean you washing your wife's stuff or cooking for her or bowing. No, that's you loving your wife is you submitting to your wife.
Yes.
So if when a woman is loved in a good way, submission becomes
it's very easy. It's very
easy. No, it becomes easy. It's no issue. Because you and I, we are women, so
you give me everything I want. You don't go outside the marriage.
The woman can give her head.
Yes.
For a woman, for a man that loves
her. Men don't even see this way, that when they go outside the marriage, you are disrespecting your wife.
Your wife, you are. Yeah,
you have disrespected her when you walk out of the marriage.
Because not loving her.
Yeah, a woman can say, "Oh, you know what? Because you disrespected me, you do this. You are making me angry at home. You are not listening to me as my husband. I also want to go look for another man that can be giving me that." Because sometimes men use these things as excuse. Oh, she doesn't listen. Oh, she's not listening to me. That's the reason why I'm going out there. The woman can have the same excuse as well.
Excuses
and say, "Oh, because you misbehave at home, that's the reason why I'm going out to also misbehave." But that is not what God has asked for. If you do your part and this woman is not doing her part, God is going to hold her accountable. Because God has given this man to her to help, to support, to become the best version of himself. Make him. You have to be part of that process. That God has already said, this man is going to be this thing in life. You as a woman not being able to support this man to achieve that which the purpose that God has created that man. You, the woman, you are also going to be held accountable. When it comes to that point, when God will ask you, what did you do with this man that I gave you? Same way God is going to ask the man, Augusta, what did you do with my daughter?
The helpmate.
Your helpmate. How did you help her?
How did you treat her?
Fulfill purpose. So marriage is not the only purpose that a woman have come into this world to fulfill. God has created her for many other things. In fact, the day I heard this from one of my mentors, that the truth is, heaven recognizes us by the assignment that God has created us for. Hey, I say, hey. So if God has recognized you as a prophet, as a pastor, you come to this world, so your day job is a doctor. So you are a doctor, and you think that's the only thing God created you for? Heaven is waiting for that pastoral part of you. Where is this pastor? Pastor Isoken. And you are nowhere to be found. So even when the man has a role to play to help you achieve that which God has called you for.
That's amazing. That goes to say that both the man and the woman need to give themselves an enabling environment to blossom, to fulfill what God has called them to do.
Yes.
Yeah. And it takes two. It takes two to.
We cannot do it alone.
We cannot do it alone.
And for me, I think it's the lie. It's a lie from the pit of hell. where people say you can't have it all. As children of God, we should be able to have it all. Have a good marriage, have a good children, have a good career, have everything. We are children of God.
Yeah, we are children of God.
To have it all.
Because he also said in the scriptures, in the book of I think 3 John 1, where he says that, beloved, I wish above all things that you be in health. So it's an holistic thing.
Yes.
God cares about us, our spiritual life, our marital life, financial life, our health, every area of our life.
Yes.
He wants us to, he wants us
to blossom in every area of
to blossom. Yeah. Now, Doctor, this brings us to, to our time is fast spent. To the last question for today, and it's going to be 2 in 1. And I want you to, quickly, in 5 minutes, just how can women effectively leverage their influence to support? And I think you've spoken a lot about this, to support the younger generation, the upcoming generation, because our generation, I mean, we have our daughters behind us coming, we women in our 50s, some of us our early 50s, mid 50s, some of us, in our late 50s and all of that. So we have, the younger ones coming behind us. And lastly, finally, what motivates you, as a person? What keeps you going? What motivates? So it's 2 questions in one.
Thank you
so much. How can women leverage their influence to the younger,
the next generation?
Next generation.
So much. I love doing a lot of mentorship. So that is part of the reason. Like when you were talking just now, you spoke about one of my group, which is Leading Youth Connect, which is how do we mentor this next generation. Number 1 will be, first, how are we showing up for the next generation? Are we showing up as real good role model to the next generation? And when the next generation comes, what are the stories that we're able to tell them that they can relate to? We have so many people who have no clue of what they're doing on social media, just pouring out garbage there. So as women of influence, are we really showing up in these spaces to support the next generation of women coming after us, and providing real tools for them to be able to thrive in every area of their life? Do we have more young ones coming into counseling, understanding the space of marriage? Because a lot of them, just looking at what's happening, they're beginning to say, if this is what marriage is all about, I don't think I want to go into this.
They say that a lot now.
A lot of this younger generation are not even ready. They don't want to be bothered. So as women of influence, starting from our homes, what picture are we showing our children? The young girl in the house watching daddy and mommy relationship, is it something that she wants to mirror? If this is how daddy and mommy, who claim to be Christians, they know the Bible, they know how to quote the Bible, are they really living according to what the Bible says? So that becomes scary for the young generation to say, you know what, if this is what it is, and this is my parents who have so much influence, they go out there, they do all these things, but at home, that's not what I'm seeing. I don't think I want to go into this space. So we all need to be very mindful, have younger women that because they see what we do, it makes marriage beautiful to them. That they are saying, marriage is beautiful. Oh, being a leader is beautiful, because I see the way, Dr. Isoken carries herself as an ambassador. I see all the things that she does out there. I see the way she supports other women. And I'm just going to quickly use this too. Women, younger women coming, trust me, even if you're in your mid 50 or early 50, late 50s, it is never too late to have a mentor. Let us not allow pride put us aside. You see a woman that is doing something amazingly beautiful out there. Don't envy her. Reach out to her and say, I love what you do. Please, can you mentor me? Can you, be my accountability partner? I have an accountability partner. I have accountability partner in different things that I do. So I have accountability partners that will say, okay, well, maybe once every month or every quarter, we just sit down and say, this is what, this is the plan that I have. This is. And then we'll, by the time we come back and say, okay, where are we? What have we done? Where are you with this assignment? Sometimes they even have influence. They have people that they can suggest, okay, in this thing you want to do, I think I know somebody that can help you, that I can connect you with, that will be able to help you, achieve things, to help you do this, to help you do that. That's how you see a lot of these women of influence. This is how they're killing it. This is how they're getting things done. They have women within their network that can help refer them, bring people and get job done. The second part again, what was the second day?
What motivates you personally?
What motivates me? It can be very funny. I'm somebody that I love to see what other people are doing. I love to work with other people. I have energy. I have a lot of energy, and nothing really scares me, because I always tell myself, what's the worst that can happen? I fail in it. Okay, I've learned my lesson. I go back again and I do it, and I'll be able to do it better. So there's no need to be afraid of failing. There's no need. I don't even look at people. What would people say? That's not in my dictionary. I don't operate, on what will people say. Will people laugh at me? You laugh at me because I just feel now. Okay, you trust me. I'm coming back. And you will have no chance to celebrate me the second one. So that's my own thing. And working with other people, whether male, female, is another thing that also helped me achieve so many things that I have achieved over the years. It didn't come easy. I did put in the work, but I also connected with people. And in the process of always doing everything that I do, God has always also brought people that help to help accelerate me, help push me up there, and help to get me to my promised land for now, because we keep evolving every time. And please, if you're out there as a woman, don't be afraid. It doesn't matter when you start. Some people started early. Some people are starting in their late 40s. Some people are starting in their late 50s. And some people are even still starting in their 70s. I have been in an AI training class, and a man in his 70s came there.
Oh, wow.
I said, guess what? I know I'm already retired. I'm in my 70s, but I hear so much about this AI, and I want to learn. But I'm just learning now. I'm like, oh wow, I wish this came when I was much younger. So, but guess what? I am excited. As long as I am living, I will be needing this AI. So there's nothing wrong in me learning it, so I can help myself, even if I'm not going to be using it to make money out there, to go out there, because I'm already too old, but I'll be using it for myself, and it will make life much easier for me. So let us go out there, and don't be afraid to try new things. Keep moving, connect with women that are doing powerful things. Don't be envious, don't be jealous. Connect with them, support, volunteer your time. Volunteer is another big thing. This is one of my secrets. Volunteer is one of my secrets. I have always used it. I connect with people that are doing amazing things out there, because two things before I leave. This is going to be my last word. You can either use your money to get into a circle, or you can use your time to get into that circle. So using your money, somebody is doing amazing things, they have a training. Hey, don't be afraid to do personal development for yourself. That is one premium thing you can do for yourself, personal development. And when you pay to take those courses, you find your way into the network of these powerful women doing amazing things out there. Or when they're having a program and they call for volunteer, make yourself available to go volunteer in their network. You have find your way into their network, because guess what? You brought value that money cannot give. So go out there and be fruitful. Thank you.
Can I say amen to that?
Amen.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Isoken. This is powerful, loaded, amazing. I could listen to you like
it's not magic.
The words just flowing from you. That's so powerful. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Few things you have said here. Volunteer your free time. How are you showing up to the next generation? Make use of the resources and the tools, available in your sphere of influence. Get a mentor. She's a mentor, and I have few people that I mentor as well. So no man is an island. Ask for help. Don't close your mouth. Use your voice. Speak out. Speak out. I always say to you were saying something about the children. How we are the first one that mirrors the life to our children. And I just quickly want to mention this, that we parents, I don't know if to say we African parents, I don't know if that would be right. I don't know if that would be politically correct. That we give our children less credit than they deserve. Okay, it was when you were talking about our young ladies, these days are like, they couldn't care less about marriage. If it happens, it happens. If this is what marriage is about, we give them less credit than they deserve. They are watching us, and we think, oh, we are smart. They are smarter than us. They know more, even more than we, more than we do. Yeah. They know more than we do. So I just wanted to, to chip that in. Yeah. And you said something about you love to see what other people are doing. You are not scared. You are not scared to make mistake. Mistake happens. You pick up from, and you keep moving.
Yeah.
And you said something about you either use your money or use your time, to get into places of influence where you can enlarge or expand your sphere of influence.
Yes.
That is so amazing. That's so amazing. Thank you so very much, Dr. Isoken. Thank you for your time.
I have to thank you for what you are doing, because you really don't understand.
You are still coming. Before I forget, you are still coming back. We are still coming to come and talk about this abusive relationship.
Yeah.
It's like we really need to sit down and talk about it, because I know that this session is going to be a good resource.
Yes.
For people in challenging relationship, because a lot is going on. People are not speaking out,
and
back in the days, now people are beginning to talk.
Yes.
But then they still need help.
Yes.
And some people might not want to, go and see a counselor, a therapist, but places like this, could open their mind, their eyes to, somebody said to me the other time, said, I didn't even know that I was in an abusive relationship until I got more education.
Yes, which is true.
It was in the classroom that they discovered that they were actually going true, and an abuse.
Yes.
So information is very, very key. It's very powerful. And what we are doing here is you and I, disseminating information to help, the people, women out there. And I'm so thankful for, the little time that we've shared together this afternoon, rubbing minds together, chatting together. It's not about question and answer, it's just, two women of like passion, sharing their experience, and, dishing it out to the younger folks out there. Thank you so very much. We need
platforms
more.
like this where
please share your handle. Share your handle, because that could be a resource.
Sure.
Please share your Facebook. Are you on Facebook?
I'm on Facebook. All my social media handle is up. On Instagram is official Isoken Ibie.
Okay.
That's my Instagram handle. My Facebook is Isoken Ibie on Facebook. My Twitter, I hardly use my Twitter. LinkedIn, I hardly use
Twitter as well.
But I'm very active.
Twitter is too much for me. It's too much. The Twitter, there's so much going on Twitter. So
I know it can be very crazy sometimes. Yes. So, but I'm very active on Instagram and Facebook. So if you want to connect with me, please do so. There's so much resources out there. There's so much powerful women, like Reverend is doing now. We need more women to be coming out to talk. It's not just about going to social media and doing those things thinking that we're trying to catch clouds, because these days is all about, are you going viral? It is not about going viral. It's about going viral with the right quality. What are you bringing to the table that can make you go viral and people will hear from you? So the next generation, we want to be able to make sure that, yes, they get it right. They get it right.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much.
I am so appreciative. I'm so thankful for your life and what God is doing in your life. And I hope that when next we invite you.
Oh, sure. This is family, trust me. Family. I'll be more than glad to come here and let us, rub minds and talk to our audience that are out there, whatever they're going through. If this is our own way of giving back, sure, why not? I am just a stone throw. One phone call across, I'm back here.
Okay. Thank you so very much.
I really value what you do, and I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so very much. Thank you so. I'm so appreciative, so thankful. Our viewers, this is where we're going to be calling it a day. Thank you so very much for joining us, and we hope to connect with you very soon again. Thank you so very much. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.